this morning is somebody that I have actually known since my freshman year in college. So yeah, we met in 2019, and we have been friends ever since. But it is remarkable what this person has achieved and what they're doing now. A lot of us probably went to college with people, and even though we were all young, it was just something about them that made them different. And you knew that they were going to go on to do great things. Well, that's exactly how it was for this gentleman. He just had the respect of all of us all the time. He just walked different, moved different. He talked different. He was just a different individual. So to see his success now, I couldn't even went through. So without further ado, Chip Baker is a fourth generation educator. He has been a teacher and a coach for over 25 years. He is a multiple-time best-selling author, YouTuber, podcaster, transformational speaker, and life coach. Chip Baker is the creator of the YouTube channel and podcast, Chip Baker The Success Chronicles, where he interviews people from all walks of life and shares their stories for positive inspiration and motivation. Chip's motto, and if you follow him on any of the socials, you'll see this all the time: live, learn, serve, inspire, and go get it. So without further ado, please help me welcome Mr. Chip Baker.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. So glad to be here with you guys this morning. I'm going to set that right there, if y'all don't mind taking care of that for me, please. First off, I just want to say thanks so much for the opportunity to be here. I consider it an honor and a privilege to be here with you guys today. And man, I think what you do is amazing. All right, I had an opportunity to have some amazing dinner last night with some of your staff mates, and discuss some of the initiatives that you guys have going on here and some of the things you're doing. And it's truly a blessing for the students here to have amazing people like you in their life to pour into them. And so for that, I commend you. And so because I think it's so amazing what you do, my goal today is to give you my A game.
All right.
I ain't messing around. Okay. So my goal is to just give you my A game today. Have a little fun with you guys today. It's okay with the clicker. It should be. There we go. Good deal. And so today I'm going to be speaking about the impact of influence, and I'll go into detail more, explain all of that to you, what that's about. But because what you do is so important, and you give so much each moment of each day, my goal is to give you a gift today. Y'all like gifts? Yes. Amen. Is what you said? Oh, okay. Yeah. And so my goal is to give you a gift today. Right? You give gifts every day. So my goal is to pour into you today and just take care of you with our time that we have together. And so I want to give you some encouragement, pour into you. Just want to help you set the tone on some things to help you finish the semester strong and start the new semester off the right way. And then just give you some tools for your toolkit. Right? It's always good to have tools in your toolkit to use those when you need to. And so this the teacher in me, pardon me guys. This the teacher in me. I got to give you some norms, right? So my norms, I call it the 3 B's. The first B, I ask that you would just be in the moment with me, right? Don't worry about what's going on later. Don't worry about what happened earlier. I ask that you would just be in the moment with me and let's just have a good time. If y'all are good with that, can I get some head nods? You see that? Good deal. All right. The next B is I ask that you would be interactive. Now I'm coming to give you my A game, but man, I want to learn from y'all too. Okay. And so I ask that, we'll have some opportunities to be interactive and share with one another. So if you're good with being interactive, let me get thumbs up. Let me see those. Good deal. All right. And then the last B, this is the most important B, and that is be in application mode. And one of my pastors, he says this all the time: life change happens in the application. Let me give you that one again. Life change happens in the application. And so I hope that you can take at least one thing from what I give you today. Hopefully I give you more than one thing. But I hope that you take at least one thing from what I give you today and actually use it and apply it to help you be better at what you do, right? So if you're good with being in application mode, tell me, we're ready, Coach.
We're ready, Coach.
Well, let's go. All right, so on your tables, everyone should have a influence manifesto. If you can grab those, take a look at that, and I'll explain that to you. All right, so this is your personal influence manifesto. This is what you will manifest, take away from you with you today, and manifest this in your life to continue to make a positive influence that you make in others. All right, and so as we go throughout the day, I'll give you opportunities to put notes, and the second page is a note sheet, but it's specific on the front on the different sections that we will hit today. So that's just to explain that, and that's the norms. Any questions over that? Everybody all right? All right, good deal. All right, so here's my social media, Chip Baker 19 on X, and all my other socials are at Chip Baker TSC. Feel free to take pictures, share any of that. Maybe I can give you a quote or two that's quotable, shareable, something. Maybe I can give you something of that. But feel free to do any of that if you like. So if you see anything you like, you want to take pictures, feel free to do that. All right, a couple of people, y'all good? A couple of people were taking pics of that. All right, so a little bit about me. I am Coach Chip Baker. I'm a fourth generation educator, teacher, and former coach. I always catch myself smiling when I do that. Did I smile? I always catch myself. And the reason I do that is because that's something that I'm truly proud of, right? So my mom, grandmother, great-grandmother, they were all retired educators. Like they were those type of educators that, like, when they retired, they really weren't retired, right? Y'all know those kind of people? Yeah. They were always around at the school helping, giving service. And then also my family, I come from church folk.
All right.
Amen. Come on, somebody. I come from a family of church folk. Right? And so when you say it like that with no S, that means that, like, we were in church a lot, right? We did church, y'all. Right? And the reason was my mother was a minister of music at our churches. My grandmother as well was a minister of music. But those two things, church folk and educators, those two things combined, to me, it brought about service. Right? It showed me in my life that it's bigger than me. It showed me in my life that, and my mom used to say, boy, it ain't about you. It's about what you can do to help others. And that's something that I learned in my life, and I've strived to do that with everything in me to make those people proud. And that's what I've strived to do in my life. And so I'm in my 26th year of education. Like I said, teacher, coach. About, like Mac explained, I started about 8 years ago. Man, crazy. I started my YouTube channel and podcast, The Success Chronicles. And what I do is I just interview people from all walks of life. And that journey has been amazing because I've been blessed to interview and talk with and learn from and grow with some amazing people. Like my favorite author, I can text him. Crazy. Like people that you watch on Sundays on NFL or music you listen to. Like I've been able to interview some of those people and just talk life with them. And so it's been a neat deal because I'm a guy from a small town in Texas that's been blessed and fortunate to do those crazy things. And so started that about 6 years ago, started writing books. And again, where I'm from, like I didn't grow up around anybody that wrote books, y'all. Like I didn't know any of those people, right? And so like a real book. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Like you open it up, and it's like an ISBN number in there, like a real book, like real books, y'all. man, and that's been great as well. And now, speak, life coach, but it does two things for me, right? It allows me to continue to stay humble because it shows me that great things are possible. But then it also allows me to be hungry. Come on. It allows me to be hungry because it shows me that great things are possible and more things can be achieved, right? And that's hungry with like not H-U-N-G-R. It's like with like 4 O's. Hungry, right? Humble and hungry in my life to have continued growth so that I can continue to share that with others. Here's my story. Got some pictures so you can see my journey. The first one, that's my fourth gen people. The sharp guy, little guy in the suit, that's me, little dude. And then my little sister is next to me. She's an administrator. She's in education as well. She's an administrator at Conroe High School. It's my wife and my son. My wife is an educator. She's a math coach in our district in Conroe ISD. And that's my son, Evan. He's a senior at Oak Ridge High School. And he swears that he's not going to be a teacher. But we will see. So I joke with him. I call him 5G. Oh, you're going to be the 5th generation. You're going to be the 5th generation. No, I'm not teaching, man. Y'all crazy dealing with these crazy kids. No, you're going to be a teacher. But just some of the experiences, degrees, speaking there, books. This one is super important to me. And to the date, I've been a part of 22 books. Man, so like a real book, I told you, right? Like to the date, but this one right here is really special to me. Stay on the right path, and I'll just kind of go through that a little bit. So growing up, my mother was a pretty strict disciplinarian. My mama didn't play. Single parent mom, raised with a single parent mom, and she was about business. And boy, you gonna do that? She say, like she knows my name. She gave me my name, but when she say boy, like it's for real. Now, boy, you gonna do that? And so she would say to me, boy, stay on the right path. And she would always say that to me. And I didn't understand like what that meant. Sometimes I thought it was just me, mama. Right? But as I grew, I realized that path meant something. Right? And that's an acronym to help people be successful. And so I used that in the book, and that picture is, I don't know, myself and my son there, but my goal is for that to be passed down throughout my family, to help my family, the kids coming up in my family, see that great things are possible if you just stay on the right path. And so that's a little bit about my story, my journey. So let's dive in. I'm a big reflective guy, right? I don't talk a lot. Don't say a lot, but I see a lot and I hear a lot, all right? And I reflect on lots of things, and I believe that we all have been influenced by something or someone in our life that has influenced us in such a manner that has impacted us and caused us to be who we are, right? So if you're like me, like some of y'all are thinking about those people, right? Like you're thinking, oh yeah, Miss so-and-so in the church, and Coach so-and-so. You're thinking about those people. And so what I would like for you to do for me is reflect on those people in your life, those influential people that influenced you, that made you be who you are, and think about what their traits are. All right? So reflect on that, and then with your elbow partner, working on some pedagogy here, with your elbow partner, discuss what those traits are, and then you have a note space there to write those, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss some of that. Everybody understand the assignment? I'll give you about 2 minutes to do that. All right? Go. Some great conversation. Thank you guys for being open and sharing that. I want to send a special shout out to the table up front here. Bonus. they're taking care of the goods up here. So special shout out to my guys up here. So thank you guys. He didn't know I was going to do that. He joked with me, but I got you. All right. But thank you guys so much for sharing and being open with that. But let's hear some of that. So let's get somebody over here in this area. Let's talk about what were those traits of those influential people that you were blessed to have in your life. What you got?
Okay, some of the things that we brought up were consistency.
Ooh, I had to give you some sound effects on that one. Sorry, I had to give you some sound effects on that one. Ooh.
They give respect first.
Yes, sir.
Dependable, communicative, lead by example, servant mentality, knowledgeable, supportive, and motivation.
Now we can be done right there, huh? That's so good. Thank you for sharing. Hope you enjoy that.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Someone over here.
I'll share. We talked about being a good communicator, allowing others the space to lead, having integrity, understanding how your behavior impacts others, and someone who listens or knows when to give advice and is constructive to your development in a positive way.
That's so good. Both of you mentioned communication. Is communication important? Super important. And I've been blessed to be around some great leaders that were amazing communicators. And they would say, hey, I'm gonna apologize, I might over communicate, but I want to make sure that everybody knows the expectations and their hearts were in the right place too. So you knew it was coming from a good place. Thank you for sharing. Hope you enjoy that. All right, let's go. Someone over. Do you have one right here at this table? Yeah.
We talked about our influential leaders as smart leaders, encouraging.
Yes.
Consistency also fell in, so they were consistent, steadfast.
That's good.
Educating and delivery.
And their demeanors, so good. Bonus. Thank you. All right, let's go over here. I'll go here and then I'll come to you, okay?
Intuitive, creative.
Ooh, that's good.
Kind, and just interested in people.
All right. Yeah, some of the best ones I've had, you knew without a shadow of a doubt they had your best interest at heart. And they just loved people. And I think that when they did that, it made the environment infectious and contagious. Y'all seen that with those great leaders that you guys have been around? Good deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go back here.
Yes, so we talked about being approachable, being an active listener, and being reflective, and then knowledgeable.
It's good. Competent and consistent. The 2 C's. Thank you. Hope you enjoy that. All right, let's go 2 more. What you got?
Okay, can I just say my whole list?
Bring it.
Okay, I said active listener, compassionate, humble, truth-seeking, great communicator, visionary, consistency, respectful, motivational, integrity, transparent, lifelong learner, boldness, and justice-seeking.
Justice-seeking. I love it. Thank you. Hope you enjoy that book. All right, so let's, as a whole, what are some things that were common? Shout out to me. Consistency. Communication. Yep. Integrity. Yes. Give me one more.
Active listener.
Active listener. I want to share this. I heard this one with you. This is good. I heard you said communication. When you write the word communication and you look at it, in the middle of communication is you and I. Yeah. Right. So to have great communication, it requires you and I. Right, so those leaders that were great communicators, it wasn't just about them, right? My way, this is this. No, it's about us. We over me. And so thank you guys so much for sharing. Is that pretty good for you? Did you guys get some good stuff on your influence manifesto there? Good. All right, so I reflected, and there were 3 major traits of the leaders that I've been blessed to have in my life that I want to share with you guys today, right? And hopefully you'll be able to take some of these things and use it to help you continue to influence and impact in what you do. So the first trait that those great leaders had is they were aware. They had a keen sense of awareness. Somebody said intuition over here. All right. They had a keen sense of awareness, and they knew how they fit. I'm an acronym guy, so I'm gonna give you some acronyms today. All right. So they knew how they fit, and the F in fit is focus. Right. They would keep the main thing. Wait, hold on. Let me go back and spell it with an A, T-H-A-N-G. They kept the main thing, the main thing, right? And so coming from where I came from, my mom, if you didn't keep the main thing, she had some ways to remind you, boy, you gonna keep the main thing, right? And so it's important to have focus. They had great focus, which helped me stay in line, which helped those around me stay in line and be focused on the right thing. The second thing is they had good intentions. Man, just giving me chills just saying that, right? They had good, pure-hearted intentions, right? You knew that where they were coming from, there was no ill will. You knew they had your back regardless. You knew you can trust what they were saying to you. You knew that you can depend on what they were saying because it was coming from a good place, right? They had good intentions. And then the next thing under awareness is they were blessed with some talents. They knew that they were able to tap into those talents, but they didn't just keep it to themselves, right? They chose to use those talents to be a blessing to others, right? They knew that they were blessed to be a blessing. Come on, hold on. They knew that they were blessed to be a blessing, right? So they didn't keep those talents to themselves. They knew that they had to give those to others to make our world better, to make the people around them better. And so I want to share this story with you. This was the first experience that I realized this firsthand in my family. So I told you guys I come from church folk, right? And educators. But we were at a church function in Austin, Texas. I'm from Hearn, Texas. I didn't tell you guys, down by College Station. That's where I grew up. And we were at a church function in Austin. And I was with my mother. I think I was probably about 7 or 8. And this lady comes up to my mom and like she's all excited and she like hugs my mom. Like, man, I'm so excited to see you. Like, and like as a kid, I'm looking, you can tell, the demeanor, my mom's like, you're like, you too, like you can tell she really didn't know the lady, but she was being cordial, right? And so the lady went on to tell this story about my great grandmother, which was, my mom's grandma. And she says, I loved your grandmother. And my mom is like, oh, thank you. Yeah, she's a great lady. She's like, no, you don't understand. I loved your grandmother. And so she went on to tell this story. And by this time, like a tear is starting to fall down her eye, right? And she went on to tell this story. She's like, so when I was a kid, like we were like really poor. Like we were so poor that I couldn't even afford the personal hygiene things that I needed for me to go to school. And I would miss school. And your grandmother, my great grandmother, cared so much about me that she would ask me, like, baby, why you missing school? Like, where you been? We've been looking for you. Like, we need you here. You gotta get your books. and so she said, eventually I trusted her enough to let her know that, like, I can't afford to come because I'm not able to have the personal hygiene things I need. And she said, your grandmother bought those things for me so that I could come to school. She said, she bought me a coat that I could wear so I could wear it to school and not miss and be cold. And so, like, man, that did something to me. Like, just experiencing that, Like that did something to me. It showed me, like I was being told in my family to give service, but to see that on a first-hand basis, the impact of what that makes, like that did something to me, right? And as a little kid, it struck the chord in my heart to make me back that by my actions and the way I speak and the way I do my things in my life, that like it's important to have that awareness. It's important to know how you fit. It's important to make sure that you influence in such a manner that you impact everyone around you because it's bigger than me. Right? And so that was a first-hand experience of understanding of what having that awareness is like, and understanding how you fit. So what I'd like for you guys to do is own your influence manifesto, and this is a personal, not an elbow, still working on the pedagogy here. The personal reflection, what is one tip that you can take away from the awareness piece that we discussed? And then write that on your influence manifesto. 2 minutes. Go. All right, so the next trait that I've observed that those influential people had in my life is mindset. They had a great mindset. Is mindset important?
Yeah.
Yes. And the acronym I'm going to give you is just LPO, right? That's the acronym for mindset. And the first one is limits. Let me ask you this question. Who is the only person that can hold you back, stop you from doing, being, seeing anything you want to do in your life? Come on, y'all talk to me. Y'all said y'all gonna be interactive. Right? Yeah, myself. Right? I'm the only person that can hold me back from achieving whatever it is I want to achieve and be and do in my life. Right? And so when we truly, wholeheartedly understand that, well, there is no limit to what we can accomplish, because like we're the only person standing in between what we do. And then now, like, it's amazing. We're growing up in the age where it's truly like whatever it is you want to do, you can learn and do. Like it's truly an age where you have so much, like with a phone in my hand, I can go anywhere in the world and see anything anywhere in the world. It's crazy. And so we have to understand that there is no limit. So if you limit yourself, you limit yourself. Hold on. If you limit yourself, you limit yourself. So understand that we cannot limit ourselves. The second thing is the possibilities. And the possibilities are possible. The possibilities are possible. And so I explained to you guys my story, my journey, where I'm from. What if I would have said, oh, poor me, my people don't do that. We've never seen those things before. Like but what I chose to do is not use it as excuses, but I chose to use it as my motivation to say, oh, well, we are going to see those things in our family. We are going to do those things in our family. We will stay on the right path in our family. Like whatever it is we want to achieve, we will do that. Right? And so it has to be someone in the lineage, someone around the people to show people that, hey, the possibilities are possible. But not just say it, but show by your actions. Because for me, I believe actions speak louder than words. Like I can show you better than I can tell you. Right? Actions speak louder than words. The possibilities are possible. And this brings something up for me. So, a couple years ago, we did a book tour with my very first book. Did a 10-city book tour, and transparent moment here. Vacation for us growing up was pack everything in the grocery bags or duffel bag, sport bag if you got it because it plays sports, right? And we're going to take a trip and drive to Dallas to see the family. That was vacation, right? And so when we did this book tour, I asked my family, where y'all want to go? DC. Okay, that's on the LA. Okay, that's on. So we're in DC at this book tour, and it's on possibilities. And I bring my family, my wife, my son, my sister, her husband, her kids. I bring my family, right? Because really, it's really not about the book or the book tour. It's about my family. It's about showing my family that the possibilities are possible. And we're in this question and answer session, and my niece, that is, at the time she was 10, she asked the question. She was like, why did you decide to write books? And I was like, whoa, whoa. And I gathered myself and I said, because I want to show you that it's possible for our family to do great things. And I want you to know that you can do this and more. The possibilities are possible. The next thing is opportunities. And I believe that opportunities bring opportunities. I'll give you that one again. This is one of my favorite ones. I had this on a shirt. Opportunities bring opportunities. And this is one of my favorite stories to share. So growing up, my mom she knew that it was important to have us around great people to show us what it's supposed to be like. And so she made sure that, I was around, I wanted to grow up and be like Mr. McDaniel. I'm going to say his name. I smile when I say his name every time too. But he was my Little League baseball coach, and he was my elementary school principal, ended up being the superintendent in my town. So great man, right? Love how he carried himself. He always wore a suit. Like I wanted to grow up and be just like him, man. He wore the old school penny loafers with the real penny in it. Come on. Yeah. I wanted to grow up and be just like Mr. McDaniel. Like he would smile, he loved on us and cared for us. But in my house, like I said, my mom was a disciplinarian, and so she made sure that, you're going to work hard, do things the right way, treat people right, put yourself around good people. And I strive to do that growing up. And what I didn't know is that people around me saw that. So, played sports, played 4 sports for 4 years in high school, had an opportunity to play college football at West Texas A&M University, broke college kid about to graduate from college. I applied for a teaching and coaching job at Peak Junior High in Conroe ISD. And what I didn't know is that the principal at that school knew Mr. McDaniel from my hometown. This is where it get good right here. All right? And so he calls Mr. McDaniel and says, hey, I had this Chip Baker kid applying for a job here in my school. Tell me a little bit about him. So he goes on to say, oh man, great kid. He's going to work hard. He's going to do things the right way. He's going to treat people right. Man, you need to hire him, give him an opportunity. He'll be an asset to your team. And that principal gave me my very first teaching and coaching job at that school. Hold on, let me restate that. That principal gave me my very first teaching and coaching job off of the person that I was as a kid. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. So the things that I strive to do as a kid, people saw those things, and it got me up. That principal hired me for my very first teaching and coaching. And I'm gonna just tell you, I know that there were a lot more applicants. Right? I'm pretty sure that there were people there that were better than me. Right? But he gave me an opportunity because of the person that I was as a kid. And I say that because as we strive to influence and impact, it's important for us to understand that, man, we have to be in the moment with every moment that we're blessed to have. Right? Because those moments make magic moments down the road. Right? Those opportunities bring opportunities later down the road. And so when you're doing things the right way, taking advantage of this small opportunity right now, being the best version of myself that I could be right now, that will lead to greater things down the road. You can bank on that. Me being here is a prime example of that. All right? He told you about college when he introduced me. If I was a bad guy, he wouldn't have me here in front of y'all speaking. Opportunities bring opportunities. And so we have to make sure that we understand that when we strive to influence and impact. So I want to give you about a minute or two to get your takeaway and put that on your influence manifesto. So what is your takeaway that you can take and apply in your life with the mindset piece? About 2 minutes. Go. The last trait that those people that influenced and impacted me was they took the proper actions. And are the proper actions important? Yes, it's important to take the proper actions. And I'm gonna put a little clause in here before I start this one. Like the coach may come out when I give y'all this one, so be patient with me on this one, okay? So what I want to share with you is, I call this the SHG principle, right? The SHG principle. And so, like, I want you to know that, like, I'm not just saying, oh man, it's a great opportunity to be at this amazing university speaking to these amazing people. Like, this isn't fluff right here, right? This is what I do in my life every day, right? And so I want to make sure I share this with you because it's been a blessing to me and truly beneficial for the people that I've been blessed to be around. And so the S in the SHG principle is show up. And what I mean by show up is, like, if we're supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, it's important to make sure that we're, not on time, because not on time early, you got to be early because on time is late, right? And so, and when we show up, it's important to make sure that we are in the moment. Like I told you earlier, magic moments make magic memories, right? Magic moments make magic memories. And so when we show up, it allows us to be present, because your presence is the present. Come on, y'all. Your presence is the present. So it's important that, like, we don't just go there and go through the motions. No. Hey, be there, show up, be in the moment so that you learn the things you're supposed to learn from that moment. The next thing is have a great attitude. The H is have a great attitude. And I believe that gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. Let me get that one again. Gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. And what I mean by that is, it's important for us to be grateful for all the opportunities that we have. It could be better, but guess what, y'all? It could be way worse, right? And so we have to make sure that we are grateful for the moments that we're blessed to have. And when you allow yourself to be grateful for those moments, it allows you to just work with what you got. And when you can learn to work with what you got, great things happen for you, and it piles, and you'll surprise yourself with how high you soar, right? So let's have a great attitude. And the G is give your all. And so the goal is for us to give 100% each moment of each day. But realistically, we're not perfect. I think we're all doing the best we can with what we have, right? And so, if we have 90% in the tank for that day, and then we give that, do we still influence? Yes, right? If we just have 70% in the tank for that day, but we give that, do we still influence and impact? Yes, right? And so it's important to, whatever it is we have in the tank, it's important for us to give that, right? Give your all. If that's your all, give it, right? Give your all. And so picture this with me, right? So great people, great successful people, they visualize themselves doing great things, and then they just reverse, and then they do great things, right? So visualize this with me. So if I just show up, have a great attitude, and give my all today, is that a great day for me? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? And then I reflect in the evening, and then, okay, man, I got to work on this. Ooh, Chip, you messed that up. Man, that was pretty good, right? So then the next day, boom, I hit the ground running, and I SHG, I show up, have a great attitude tomorrow. Is that another pretty good day? Yeah. All right, and then I do that same process for a week. Is that a good week? Come on, just rock with me here. Then I do that for a month. Is that a good month? Right? Then I do that for a year. Good year? Yep. And I continue to do that for years. Is that great years of my life? Right? So what will happen is, when I get to go visit the big man, y'all know what I'm talking about. When I get to go visit the big man, it will allow me to not just have left a legacy, the big L word. It will allow me to have lived a legacy by my day-to-day actions. Just by showing up, having a great attitude, and giving my all each moment of each day. And that's the SHG principle. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to get your takeaway on your paper there, your influence manifesto. Go. So in closing, again, just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. Just in reviewing, we spoke about the impact of influence, and I just want to remind you that your influence makes a huge impact. I'll give you that one again. Your influence makes a huge impact. And so we talked about the 3 traits that I've been blessed to have with the people in my life, what they exhibited. And the first one is awareness. They knew how they fit. They had great focus. They had pure-hearted intentions. They had talents, but they didn't just keep those talents to themselves. They helped other people with those talents. The next thing we talked about was mindset. An acronym I gave you was LPO, limits. If you limit yourself, you limit yourself. P, possibilities. The possibilities are possible. O, opportunities. Opportunities bring opportunities. And then the last thing we talked about was taking the proper actions. And I share with you all the SHG principle. And so the S is show up. Man, show up, be present. The H, have a great attitude. And then the G, give your all. And so I hope, just like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the gift that I was striving to give you all today. Thank you so much for your time. I don't know, do we have time for questions? If they're Q&A or y'all need? Two?
Yeah, maybe like 2 questions.
Any questions? Anybody have questions? I always love to do that. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say thank you because I wrote down, when you talked about live a legacy through your day-to-day actions, I've always been focused on working to leave a legacy. And so you've helped shift my mindset to think about living in the legacy that I want to leave for future generations.
So
Not
good.
just leave it, but live the legacy.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And I think it allows us to have intentional actions. It allows us to have focused, intentional actions. And so there's no wasted day. There's no wasted moment because every moment is important. Thank you for sharing that. Any others? Everybody's good? All right. So again, guys, thank you so much. I want to do one other thing before we close. Y'all okay with having a little fun with me? Y'all okay with that? All right. So again, it's the coach in me, so just bear with me. My slogan is go get it. And I believe that no significant success is going to come to you, right? We have to go get it and make it happen. So I'm going to count it down 1, 2, 3. And can y'all give me a loud go get it? Can y'all do that? Yeah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go get it. Go get it. All right, thank you guys. Y'all have a good rest of your year. Go get it.